Hey humans, creatives, film enthusiasts, gifters, and givers. Welcome back to Cut. It's a wrap where we take a deep dive into the human experience of Black culture, Black media, and Black thought. Spend a little time with us and pick up these jewels while we drop these gems. Because Cut is a wrap starts now.
Roll down the window.
Hey, what's up, man?
Ice water $1.
Listen, the last time we did this, you guys gave me room temp water and charged me extra because it was sunny in Atlanta. Come on now.
Ice water bad for you anyway.
Hold on.
You seem frustrated today.
I'm not upset about anything.
Hey man, what's going on?
I mean, not to flex, but work is good. Hey, I'm here to see D'Angelo.
What you did up there was very impressive. So how did you do that?
Do what?
You know.
Don't tell me that you get sick of living.
You're like you.
Then all hell breaks loose.
She sent me all them pretty pictures, I done screenshot it. Like, don't be sending me the kid if you ain't about it.
Get off my car now.
Oh my goodness.
There's something there among the fallen flowers.
All right, so let's get into it. So hey humans, hey Martians. Before we get started, let us greet ourselves. We are your host. We are here with Amanda, aka Art Healer. Hello, Amanda.
Hello. And I'm here with my host, my twin, my sister, Culture Changer.
Hello. And we are twin sisters who love to talk about, shallow, deep shit. So let's take a deep dive into today's topic. All right. Starting with the word of the day. We like to enhance our vocabulary because the more you know.
The more you grow.
And the more you grow, yes. So the word of the day that we are focused on is conundrum. It's a conundrum, and it means a confusing and difficult problem or question, or a question asked for amusement, typically one with a pun in its answer, like a riddle. So, that's our word for the day.
Well, we are in a conundrum today because we are discussing the show Atlanta. Did I say that right or not? Did I say conundrum right in that?
Well, conundrum is a noun, so you got to make it, like a person, place, or a thing. That's what a noun is. So,
well, should I say it now or later? Now or later?
I think my eyelash. I'm trying to look to my lashes.
What happened to your lashes?
I feel like my eyeliner is bleeding. But
yeah,
whatever.
It's a bleeder when it bleeds.
You are on one today. All right, so let's just get straight into it. So right now, as you can see, based off the trailer that we was just we just shared, we're talking about Atlanta, the show Atlanta. So to give a little context, the show came about in 2016 by Donald Glover. And he coined it as like the Black fairy tale of shows. And to give you a little reference to where we were during the time in 2016, that was a little long time ago.
It was a of a time.
Yeah, so just a little timeline. I'm getting a little history of what was happening in 2016. So we know that Beyonce, she just blessed, even though she just blessed us with Renaissance this year, in 2016, she blessed us with the Lemonade album. And then she also appeared in the Super Bowl with Bruno Mars and Coldplay. Then we had Rihanna. Riri gave us her classic Anti album.
Work,
You know,
work, work, work.
this is an album that I still bang to this day. And on April 13th, 2016, Kobe Bryant, RIP, he scored 60 points against the Jazz, ending his 20-year career in the NBA. 60 points, yes. And we also know, don't forget about when Harriet Tubman was supposed to be on the $20 bill. They said she was going to be on the $20 bill. We still trying to figure out what's happening with that because she still ain't on it. Andrew Jackson is still on that $20 bill. So when is that going to manifest? We don't know. And on a personal note, I just, that was my first year teaching. So yeah. So 2000, a lot of things was happening. What else was happening? People in Flint still didn't have water. They didn't have water since 2014. It was also the last year that the Obamas was in the White House. So, and Prince died. Prince died that year as well. And then Trump became president. So it was a lot going on. America started to become real raggedy.
To build on what you just said, amongst all of the highs and lows that she mentioned, Atlanta aired that same year.
Mm-hmm.
And it aired on FX. And in that year, a lot was going on. And it brought real fucked up shit in the form of satire,
mm-hmm.
actual surrealism.
Mm-hmm.
It was a show that we didn't know that we needed during that time in 2016. So it was starred actors like Lakeith. What's his name? Lakeith Stanfield, Ryan Tyree Henry, Zazie Beetz, Donald Glover. And these were just up and coming actors, aside from Donald Glover. But most of them were up and coming artists. And if you have not had the great pleasure of watching this show, just imagine the show Seinfeld, where it was a show about nothing. Okay? The show about nothing had a baby, and it produced Atlanta, which gave us everything that Seinfeld did not show us about Black people dealing with Black shit in life as we know it. And that's how I would describe Atlanta. So I'm just giving props to, the creators of Atlanta. We need it.
Right.
Period.
Right. And to build off what you said, Seinfeld was based in New York. This show, Atlanta, is based in Atlanta, and it's literally random shit that happened in Atlanta. I promise you, the stuff that is on Atlanta, you'd be like, oh yeah, that could happen there. It can happen there. Stuff you just be think happens daily, oh yeah, and this is not far fetched. This is Atlanta for real.
Mm-hmm. And given the fact we weren't born and raised in Atlanta, we lived here for probably almost 10 years, but during this time we've worked all over the city, all over the metropolitan area of Atlanta. So we don't never speak on things that we don't know. If we don't know the culture, I ain't speaking on it. If I don't know the culture, I don't speak on it. Because I get mad, because I'm from DC. I get mad when people that wasn't born and raised in DC speak about DC. I get mad about that. But I've been I've been in Atlanta for 10 years.
Has it been 10 years? Yikes.
Almost 10 years. And I've seen and know a lot of shit. I work a lot of places.
Yeah. We had some stories. Why didn't you call us?
I won't say nothing. But when I saw Atlanta, I was like,
yeah, that's about right.
That sounds about right. That sounds about
You
right.
know, random stuff with no rhyme or reason happening.
With no rhyme, no reason.
And that was Atlanta. It really had a no really particular storyline to it. Like, you know, each season in a regular show, you would notice there's a flow of things. There's something that happens in the first episode and it's building up into something from the last episodes, from the series finale, and then it's a resolve. And you resolve the conflict from starting from the beginning, moving on to the end. But you know, Atlanta didn't have that. It's like random shit that happens on one show, on in one episode. We don't follow it through on the next episode. It's just that story, you know. So that's exactly what the city is like.
Well, it sounds like it was a conundrum.
Yes, it was a conundrum. It was a riddle. Yes.
A straight up conundrum.
It really is.
You know, it's since we're talking about our word of the day, I'm gonna say our conundrum was, for me, my favorite episode for Atlanta was Alligator Man.
That was hilarious.
Alligator Man was season 2, episode 1.
And that was the one with Rick. Well, not Ricky's mom. Who was it?
Of Cat Williams.
Cat Williams. Hold on. Cat Williams hasn't been anything in a long time, and then we saw him in the Alligator Man, episode 1 in season 2. We were like, "What the hell? Where did Cat Williams come from? Why is he in here? He got an alligator in his house."
And then that's when I knew right then that this show is like no other. Like first season, I tried to figure the show out. This season, second season, I was like, okay, this is different. Like, let me stop trying to figure this shit out. It's definitely giving that Afro surrealism.
Mm-hmm.
So I just took it there.
You also came. Yeah, it took you that episode to figure it out. I also had to watch. Well, I've watched the season like in reverse because, again, so 2016, a lot of shit was going on. So I initially thought the show was about like Black people struggling or something, or was Dylan going to be oppressive? And in 2000, I was like, I don't want to see nothing about that. You know what I mean? I didn't want to see no struggle. So I didn't really get a sense of what it was. So I didn't pick up on it in 2016. However, when season 3 started, because I was watching in between, I did see Alligator Man. So that was like, oh, I need to pick this back up. But a lot was going on. I forgot. But season 3, I watched that from beginning to the end. So now I was watching in reverse. So I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. From the beginning when they was talking about Lake Lanier and 3 slaps, that thing was everything. I noticed that in season 3 they was like getting stuff from like memes. Like you can see a lot of social media things going happening, pulling from stuff that was happening in social media world, and they just turned into episodes, which is pretty cool. Seeing it happen in real life. Mm-hmm. One of my favorites, though, in season 1, episode 3, when Ernest took Van out on a date and he had no money, but he had a little bit on his budget, and then he went to the restaurant and she ordered market lobster. He tried to take a tally of how much he was adding up, and then he went to the bar and was like, "Hey man."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh?
He was doing his calculations the whole time.
Yeah, he was doing his calculations the whole time. Then he realized, then he asked the other man, he was like, "Hey, can you check my bill? Because I ordered a market of lobster." He was like, "Oh, your bill fucked up, my nigga." And then it was like, I said, "Yes, because your bill is fucked up." Mm-hmm, along with my life. Like, but yeah, season 1, episode 3, that was one of my favorites. Yeah. And then I think Migos was on that one too. They was in the woods. I said, how they get in the woods?
Yes.
Where the woods come from?
Like it takes you on a journey. Like you're just on you're just on a journey. Like you gonna watch this show, you think it's gonna go this way, but it turns out being another way. Like you say, how did they end up in the woods? How did Amigos end up on Atlanta? Like, period. And like you say you skipped around it. I skipped around it too because the show literally first season and parts of second season had no rhyme or reason. Like you can just skip
You
around
can't.
and just watch it. Like you can start season 1, episode 5 and still be caught up.
You don't miss nothing.
You don't miss anything.
Because it's not a flow.
It's no flow. It takes you on a fantasy. It's a conundrum.
Yes.
It takes you on that type of journey.
A conundrum is when we did you know that, because everything is always coming from something. You always need to give a backstory of, like, would you come up with these ideas? Everyone kind of feeds off each other to make something great,
That's good.
It's always, no one just comes up with something. You got to learn your history. You got to do your research. And what I gathered when we found out that Donald Glover actually got the idea from Atlanta by just watching Twin Peaks, the show.
Oh, okay.
Who
Don't
came
know
out?
what Twin Peaks is. But...
I don't know what Twin Peaks is. I saw a little snippet of it, but I know it was some strange, weird show that had like mystery. But the thing is, they actually solved their weirdness throughout the shows.
Okay.
Atlanta's nothing like that. So that's on my bucket list to watch Twin Peaks and see the weirdness of it. It looked like one of those I Spy joints. Everybody had on like these hats. And I was looking at like the detective hats and the suits, and it looked kind of a little dated or whatever. So I think that was the conundrum.
That's the conundrum. So and also because you gave the Afro surrealism, and for those people who out there who don't know what Afro surrealism is, like me myself, I didn't know what it was until I like dived deeper into this show and the background and how it was created. Afro surrealism is just stories about Black people where the protagonist wins basically always. So picture Emmett Till. He came to Chicago. Instead of him getting brutally slaughtered, he comes to Chicago and he becomes the hero. He fought off his evil villains and became the mayor of Mississippi. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like those type of things. Instead of him, dying the fate that he unfortunately died. So, and also Lovecraft Country. That is rooted in Afro surrealism. Mm-hmm. All of those scenes, all of those, episodes where you see these weird things happening where we win, basically. That's
in the 60s?
In the 60s, during the sundown time frame, and we win. That's Afro surrealism. That's coming up with another version than what society have, proclaimed for us to come up with. So you're creating your own genre. That's Afro surrealism. And that is what Atlanta, displayed. But it definitely, even though that's their tagline or that's how they feel that they wanted to go throughout, how they were created from the beginning, I feel like season 3, their third season, they actually did it. Like they actually embodied that Afro. Mm-hmm. That's when I was like, oh shit, y'all are in your bag for Afro surrealism. Because when I can go to my favorite episodes are from season 3. Mm-hmm. That's the latest season with 3 slaps. 3 slaps and the big payback. When you look at those episodes, you be like, okay, this is the life that it could be. Three Slaps is a story. They follow the story of the black boy who was adopted by the couple, the white couple,
lesbian couple.
the white lesbian couple who had a propensity to adopt these black kids, but keep them but still like traumatize them in the midst of it. And so this little boy was
they mean well. Like that's the best that they can do.
Yeah, so these lesbian couples thought they meant well. They thought they meant well, but they're still traumatizing these black children that they're adopting. So this one black kid was just like, he was desperate for some type of help. So you see this black boy running towards a cop, hugging him like, help me, and then next thing, that's the same black boy that was in the car with the lesbian couple, with the couple that decided to drive off a cliff with their foster children. So all of this you can find in the media, synchronized in the media of what happened. But that's what happened in our lives, in the real life. But in Atlanta, this boy jumped out the car. He was like, deuces. And then he went back home to his real mom.
And saved the other kids.
And also saved the other kids. That's Afro-Surreal. That's them changing the whole narrative. And that's what I love about this show, especially about this season. The Big Payback, my other favorite episode, where black people got our reparations. Justly so. That was the funniest. It was the best episode for me because it just showed the timeline of how we can get our reparations and then what it looked like and what it smelled like. Something funky.
Hey.
You know what I mean? And it just showed how that would go if black people got our reparations. And I love that episode. It showed that it ain't that hard. It ain't that hard for black people to get reparations. It ain't that hard.
Nope.
I mean, you would have to suffer. My white brothers and sisters, yeah, you have to suffer. Maybe take up another job, but it's doable. Give me my money. So that's another episode that I like. So I feel like season 3 definitely embodied their premise of Afro-Surrealism.
Touche, my sister. Touche.
Sue and Shay.
Absolutely. And before we move over to the next part of our agenda, we got to talk about, speaking of something funky, something ain't smelling right.
It ain't smelling like. What it's smelling like?
What is smelling like? What it smell like, Amanda?
Something funky.
Make it funky. It's smelling funky. You know what's smelling funky? The monkeypox. The monkeypox is smelling funky. First of all, it's smelling funky of what they're calling it. They're calling it the monkeypox. Let me tell you something.
Speak on it.
The monkeypox, and I got to keep going because my sun is going down. So y'all about to get this energy, okay?
You better speak on it with that shadow over your face.
With the strip that look like Batman. Let me tell you something. The monkeypox already been here. I don't even like calling it that. We're going to call it the pox right now. The pox started, they found out it was in Nigeria. In 2017, we had some scientists over there saying, hey, you know what? There's some, is a virus going on around here. We might need to contain it and stop this and have some money coming in so we can get this together. But you know what they said?
What they said?
No, we're not going to deal with it. You know what? Because it's, it's self-contained. It's over there. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to go far, But what we know about the world, it's very small. Okay?
It's a small world after all.
It's a small world after all, and it did go everywhere. And you know what they called it? They called it the monkeypox. Why do they call it the monkeypox? Why? Why? They already know what you know that word is derogatory. Is it? What was the idea of you calling it a monkeypox? You didn't find it from a monkey.
You did. It didn't come from a monkey.
Why?
It didn't come from a monkey.
Huh? Please tell me. Why do you call it the monkeypox? We're not calling it that. Okay? That's not right. It's a conspiracy. It's a conundrum. Okay? That's why we need Afro-realism, because reality bites. Okay? America bites. Period.
Thank you.
Anyway, in closing, so season 3, it didn't hold back. It was conscious and not in a way that becomes overwhelming. Very clever, and it made white folks uncomfortable. That's why I loved season 3. A lot of my white friends, not friends, but people that is adjacent to me that are friends with white people, they were like, oh, I don't get it. I don't understand. Even status and statistics shows that they lost a lot of audience in season 3 because it was dealing with a lot of stuff that was more fairy tale for Black people. I'm looking forward to season 4. I can't wait to see it. I know it's going to be phenomenal because this is the last season, so they're probably putting everything off on the table. They ain't leaving nothing out to dry.
The last season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
I'm excited about it too. Smell like
conundrum.
Funky. Okay.
Oh, funky. All right. Well, we'll see you until next time.
Thank you for listening, subscribing, showing up for our podcast. You can find us on all social media platforms. We are on Sisters in Productions on Instagram. We are on Sister in Productions on YouTube. And you can follow us on Twitter and Produce Sis on Twitter. And if you want to check our website, you can find us at sistersinproductions.com. We are here for all of the things, Black culture, Black film, shallow stuff, but we're talking it deep. Okay?
Deep shit, but it's shallow shit.
Yeah, you got twin sisters doing it for the 99 and the 2000s. So, bye!
See you later.